everyone, and welcome back to Forsaken Killer Swap, where we swap survivors to killers and killers into survivors. And today, we're making our favorite spooky skeleton. Okay, no. Our favorite spooky pumpkin, DUSEKKAR. If you enjoy the video and want to see more, please make sure to like and share the video. Also, I'm still trying to figure out how to do noob and Shaleski. Please tell me about your ideas in the comments. I'm going to be reading them. Enjoy the video.
Who goes there?
It is me, the chosen one.
Fireball!
Okay, so let me go ahead and start putting this guy together like Legos, bro. Looking at DUSEKKAR's lore, you see that, at least on the Wikipedia page, it talks about how he was sad and depressed. The fact that he couldn't, that after, Shaleski being killed by 1x. So I was thinking that after 1x would go after DUSEKKAR, this grief would overwhelm him, right? With hatred, and in turn, maybe DUSEKKAR and 1x would have like a big giant fight. DUSEKKAR would die at the end, but still have that hatred and maybe guilt and just blind rage to the whole situation. So what I'm thinking is that he's going to be like half infected by like 1x hatred. There's a couple things that we could definitely do here. So we'll see. Also, I just like the fluff in the back because I like him having fluffy stuff. Okay, so this is kind of what I'm thinking of, like the base. Of course, we're gonna color him a little bit more, but we got like a little bit of the base here. I feel like this is not like I definitely need to probably add some armor. I'm thinking about adding some armor, maybe some shoulder pads. I have some really good, oh god, a good stretch. Oh my lord. Whew. Sorry. I have some really good references that I wanted to use. That the amazing Zenzel, which is another YouTuber, you should go and follow them if you love drawing, speed paints. They drew me some reference just because I just mentioned it, and then she was just like, you know what? Let me cook something. Let me cook up real quick. I'm like, dang. So I appreciate it. I'm gonna start adding armor to him. So we have some like armor detail on the reference here, which I like the armor detail there. And I don't know if I'm gonna do the legs just because I don't know if that's super necessary. But something that really stood out to me was this robe right here. It's like a scarf thing right here. I grab my brain. And the shoulder pad here. The shoulder pad actually has his freaking antler. Would you call it an antler? Antler. So he has like another antler here, which looks sick. So I'm gonna do that real quick, and then I'm gonna try to add his little scarf thing, which I have a similar thing here. It just, if I do animate this, I don't know if I will. Hum. Things to ponder on. Things to think about. I'm gonna go ahead and start on the shoulder pad. So this is how we got his shoulder. I don't know if I love it. I think it's all right. I'm probably still gonna mess around with it, but we got the growing, got the roots here, kind of growing into the freaking shoulder pad. And we have it looking a little bit different from his actual horn because we don't want, we don't want the same horn, so they do look different. And yeah, I think it looks pretty all right. Sure if I love it or hate it, I don't know. We'll see. We will see indeed. Oh, and it looks like there's some type of like kind of cloth here. I might actually just nab that from Noli, Survivor Noli, which you guys, if you haven't seen it already, should go watch that. I made a Survivor Noli, or Noli Survivor. Survivor Noli Survivor. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and put this, I guess, cloth on his outfit real quick. Yeah, look at that. That looks really cool. I love the way that is draped. And just the whole look of it is such a vibe. It's such a vibe. The whole vibe with DUSEKKAR I really enjoy. Such a simple character on the base, but you can really do a lot with it. Okay, so I just did his I think this is all the armor I'm going to add for right now. I don't know if I'm going to come back to it. We have his chest plate, which I did It was really simple to just kind of cut this up. And then we got the shoulder pad, which looks really cool. Of course, we got the cloth that I'm glazing because it's freaking sick, dude. I still like the sword. I don't know. One of my friends did say, Paint did say, I maybe should do something with this staff, but I really don't know what to do. I might add like a crystal or something. I don't know. Maybe add fire to it or something. I don't know. If you guys think I could do something better with this staff? But I think this is really starting to look really cool. Look at this goofy face, bro. Look at this goofy face. He's so happy. He's just happy to be here, dude. I think it's time to texture because I think it's time for texturing. Start recoloring all this stuff and messing around with it. I'm trying to blend in this kind of green, like dark green gold mixture, but I don't know if I'm really loving it or I'm hating it. Because he has a very bright blue aesthetic, right? So, a bright blue aesthetic stuff. I'm probably going to keep on messing around with this stuff because I really unsure. I think we definitely need to keep on messing around with it because I really don't know. That sucks. I really don't know. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and make his like braids back here. Right here back. Yep, English. I'll make them look pretty cool real quick. So if I do this, I'm pretty sure, and then just do that. Yeah, that should fix a lot of the problems, and I can simply just sharpen them and they look pretty good. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I did some like weird, interesting things to his face. So just to kind of see what I did here, I kind of made him look like he's more disheveled. It's more subtle. It's not super into your face, but you know, this is what he have, like the original, and then I just did this. That's pretty much it. Really just minor detail to his, you know, self. It just adds a little bit more to his character. That's it. Okay, so watch this. I have some parts of him. If we go ahead into render mode, I have some parts that are pretty cool, right? Where is it? Here. Look. These parts glow on him. I just thought that was really cool. Of course, we're going to have his face glowing, but right now we just have these parts glowing. And I think they're pretty darn neat right now. I still want him to have some like parts of him that are like the original version of him, but I still want him to be like this disheveled version of him that's like been through some stuff, been through some hardcore stuff. And also, I was thinking about mixing this with this, so I don't know how I'm gonna make that look, but you'll see already the concept that I'm thinking. It's gonna be like this spear almost. You'll see. Now what I want to do is I want to add fire to inside of his pumpkin, and then I'm gonna like make something pretty cool using this stuff. I have some ideas. So I'm gonna make something pretty cool, like a pretty cool staff. That's gonna like be like a spear staff magical weapon. Yeah, you'll see. Okay, so this is how it's going right now. I really enjoy how this is looking. Of course, if we go ahead into like here, fire animation actually works. So it has some fire stuff coming out of there. And then on top of that, of course, if we go into here and make it all dark, you'll see the parts that actually glow and that don't glow. So he actually has some parts that glow and don't glow. I already have thought about like what I should do for his intro and outro. I'm probably gonna try to start animating that tonight and then finish it by tomorrow. But yeah, this is all good. Let me go ahead. Oh my god, freaking flashbang. Let me go ahead and start on the 3D environment and rigging, all that good stuff. The actual animation part. Let's go. Okay, so I found this amazing map. I forget who it's by, but it's been on Roblox for like years. Hopefully you can recognize it. Let me go put on the textures. There you go. It's just a floating island with like this beautiful church / castle thing. This is the perfect place for DUSEKKAR intro and outro. So I changed the textures a little bit. So I made the textures have these like studs. And then I went and put a very subtle brick texture. on it, and it makes everything look very like a mixture of Roblox, a mixture of realistic. And then I also added these realistic elements, so this is like very traditional glass and metal, so it's nothing too different, but I'm excited to jump into it. So okay, so we're gonna put DUSEKKAR back here. Then I have a actual portal that I made a long time ago for one of my past videos. I'm gonna bring in this effect, portal effect. There we go, beautiful. I'm gonna face it to the camera, make it large, big portal. Should already be causing that effect. Yep, that looks really cool on the side here. It should like be spinning and stuff. So what I'm thinking, right, is that at the start, the portal's gonna expand. We're gonna make this smaller. It's like nothing, literally just 0, nothing, beyond 0, 0. So it's like almost impossible to see it, and then it's going to expand. And after, when the portal comes, which you can see the animation here, portal comes out of here, spins around. We're going to bring DUSEKKAR. Maybe maybe he could be like hid inside of here. And then after, right, when DUSEKKAR is ready to come out as gay, after when DUSEKKAR is ready to come out, we can make him fly out real fast. So this is gonna look super wonky, but trust. Maybe he could just be floating, like he could come out. Oh dude, he's gonna come out and he's gonna be like, stand ready for my arrival. Yes, this is beautiful. Oh my lord, yes. Now I'm actually working in 24 frames per second, which I'll show you here. So here's the frame rate. Pretty much, I'll probably like put a simple definition of the frame rate, but it's just how much like frames and times your character can move in 1 second. I guess frame rate, FPS is frames per second. So I typically do 30 frames because YouTube makes it to 30 frames, but now I'm doing 24 frames because I want it more like the movie like.
Pull off your skin.
Okay, so this might be a little bit more ambitious, but you can see here that I'm adding, the portal comes in and he like comes in, slides in, flies in, whatever. And then he charges up an attack and then hits the camera, which is going to start the round, whatever. I feel like first impact is pretty alright. It could be better, I feel like, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just being judgmental. Still trying to work on that type of stuff. I had some input put into it recently. I just tried to make sure that the impact felt more stronger, but I think it's a little bit too abrupt, but I don't know. Maybe I'm being too judgmental. That's probably what's happening there. But I do have some ideas. So you're like, man, if he's gonna shoot out an attack, how is he gonna shoot out an attack? And what is he gonna do? How is he gonna shoot out an attack? He just looks like he's just randomly, like almost throwing his like spear magical wand thing. Well, what I was thinking, I'm pretty sure I have an effect here. Yes. So I have sparking, I have sparks, I have like bubbles, I have tornadoes, I have fog, I have explosions, all right here. I've never messed around with these effects, but I know that I've been wanting to use them, and why not use them now to upgrade my look, especially because this didn't take as much time as I thought it would. Okay guys, this is gonna be really cool. So I wanted to have his bolt like kind of charge up. So I have some lightning. I want him to do a lightning attack. So he charges up, right? And as this is playing, he's gonna charge up, and you see that right over there? There's a bolt of lightning already charged. Another one, and boom! Lightning attack right there. So I was thinking that was pretty cool. Now what I also just realized is that I can change the animation speed. So let me go ahead and do this, and then just make it start at like 0, and then it's gonna charge up going faster and faster. So let's see how this looks like with textures. Probably gonna lag out my screen a bit, but let's see. He comes in, charges up lightning. Oh, dang! Well, I don't know if I love that because it's the animation's a bit too fast. I mean, not the animation, the lightning's a bit too fast for my taste. So I might make it like, well, what does 0.5 look like? That feels a lot more impactful. And it has lightning charging up behind him. And he's gonna go, whoa. Just instant. I think that's really cool. And how does that look like with lighting and stuff? So this is going to be laggy, so don't expect this to look perfect. Again, the lighting is also not finalized, but just with like glowy effects. Let's see. Oh, here comes the lightning. Oh my god, that looks sick, dude. Oh my god, look at that frame, bruh. Look at this frame. The freaking sick frame. And the lightning all attacking. That's crazy. Okay, there we go. So now we have this whole intro without the lighting. This is just without the lighting. Done. He comes in, slides in, flies in, charges up his attack. Wham, 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 boom. And that's it. That's the intro. Okay, now time to the lighting. Pretty simple, honestly. And then what I was thinking with the outro is him like freaking aura walking upstairs or something, and then like the camera zooms out to just see the entire place on fire, desecrated, burning. Everything is just dead. I won't show you the lighting process, but I will jump over to doing the other intro in 1 second. Because you still gotta be surprises. I don't want to show you everything. Come on, man. Okay, so what I'm thinking for his outro, usually I do something like really aggressive or like the camera's getting hit or whatever. But what I'm thinking is I'm gonna do just a subtle like camera where it's going to, let me animate it real quick. So what I'm thinking, right, is we're gonna have the camera zoom out a bit, revealing it's DUSEKKAR, and then he's gonna like kind of look back and then just keep on walking. And as he walks out, the entire place, the entire map is gonna be on fire. Might have like a couple dead people. The whole place is just going to be completely on fire. Maybe trees are completely gone, messed up, ruined. Everything is just in chaos, and he's the one who did it. So maybe even like I could like have like a bunch of floating things like, this DUSEKKAR, like, you know how like he's supposed to be like an admin, like he's supposed to be like super strong and everything like that. So I really want to show that. I want to show that this guy has admin powers and abilities that are like beyond the normal Roblox player, you know? You can't just, he'll mess you up. He will mess you up. Okay, I'm gonna start doing the block out. It should be pretty simple. And then it should be all good. It should be all good. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do with the animation. It's kind of hard to see it because he kind of goes away, but he looks back, and then he pulling up his freaking staff, and then he's gonna float and fly away. And as the entire world is gone and destroyed, the entire little island is destroyed by him. That's it. That's really it. That's all I'm gonna do. So just very subtle sort of things this time, but they're pretty cool. We start making in-betweens, and there we go. We just simply have him looking back subtly. So he's just gonna be looking back subtly, and then putting his staff up in the air, flying, and then just going away. That's it. And then we're gonna have this entire bottom section of the map on fire, in dismay, maybe floating pieces, I don't know. Some dead survivors down there. All that type of stuff. I guess this kind of would be like the new Forsaken map, which I think it's a bit too small, but I don't know. It doesn't have like the things that it probably would need for a Forsaken map, but that's okay. This is our Forsaken map just for us. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Like I think it's a pretty good animation. Both of these I'm pretty happy with, especially the lightning one. That one's really cool. Yeah, all I need to do now is do the lighting and then the fire effects, which you'll get to see at the very end, which should be like super soon. So yeah, I guess time for the beauty shots. Thank you all so much for watching this video. This whole thing was crazy. And the outro that I actually made, the original one was just going to be a bunch of fire, but I at freaking 12 a.m. I decided, you know what? I'm gonna make this very, very cool, and I just made it like an entire black hole effect. It's a bit rushed. It's not perfect, but it gets the feeling and the power that I wanted to show with DUSEKKAR. So yeah, this was pretty crazy and pretty fun. Tell me what you guys think about it in the comments. Anyways, I'll see you all in the next video. You all have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or night. Peace